being angrier and angrier and angrier. It doesn't solve anything. In the 1994 genocide, my dad is killed in front of me. And I'm like, okay, what do? I'll become a killer and then do revenge for my family.
Did you think about that?
Yeah. I tried to go in the military and hoping that I would get a gun and maybe later come back and do revenge.
Really?
I attempted to go in the military. I used to go back to where my dad was killed, to the church. Outside of that church, that's where a Congolese medical doctor saw me. And he helped me back to school.
Really?
Yes. He gave me money up until I finished my high school.
What, he just met you and decided and paid for you to go to school?
Yeah. After all that kindness, I realized that actually the ideology was what killed us in the genocide against the Tutsi, not just flesh and blood of people. I started my journey of making peace then.
That is an unbelievable story, man. Coming through all of that and then becoming, what you're doing now. I mean, it's kind of inspirational in a way.
Hippo wanted to take me to a museum in Kigali dedicated to the memory of the wave of killing that began here in the spring of 1994. Although shocking and sudden to outsiders, the roots of the genocide were embedded in the history of the country. Traditionally, Tutsis, the owners of cattle, were the rulers of the country. The Hutus worked the land, growing crops. During the Belgian colonial era, these social distinctions were deliberately exploited and entrenched, causing deep divisions. In the second half of the 20th century, after independence, persecution of the Tutsi minority left the country in a permanent state of turmoil. On the 6th of April 1994, the moderate Hutu president was assassinated, and Hutu extremists immediately unleashed a meticulously planned final solution: the total elimination of all Tutsis. The killing lasted for 100 days. As many as 10,000 people were massacred every day. 250,000 women were raped. 69% of children witnessed death or harm. Anybody opposed to the murder was killed. 70% of all Tutsis were wiped out in one of the darkest episodes in human history, before current President Paul Kagame and the RPF invaded from Uganda, seized power, and the killing finally abated.
Well, it's just, it's incredibly difficult coming somewhere like here. It sort of forces you to actually engage with it in a way that you otherwise wouldn't have done. And everybody in this country has experienced some sort of trauma. The idea of putting that behind you or drawing a line under it, just, going through that, it just seems impossible. I don't understand how you would ever do that. Why is it you feel so compelled to come here?
We never had a chance to bury our relatives. When I come here, I feel like I'm visiting people like my friends that I lost, my father, aunts, relatives, and also it's a place of learning. I come here and it gives me strength to wake up tomorrow and say, I don't want what happened to happen again. Sorry.
No, you're all right, man. Okay.
I did not always understand how my father could say that becoming a killer and doing revenge would be a fight, not peace. Until I forgave his killers. Killers of my cousins, killers of my relative, of my people, killers of their neighbors, killers of their friends, killers of their brothers and sisters, killers of their home, our beloved country, Rwanda. But I understand one thing for sure. You and I are the key of remembering that all together we can find a way to peace, a way to love, a way to forgive, a way to confess, a way to kindness. Always remember, you are the key. The key mu mayobera, mu byiza, mu byago no mu mahoro. You are the key to peace.